Hello, Fair Streeters. We trust that you are doing well and remaining safe during this time of being on pause during this global pandemic of coronavirus. It sure has held its challenges, and yet I want to start out by saying how grateful I am for all of you. You have been amazing and have risen up well navigating these days of remaining on pause. And so we're asking you and encouraging you to keep hanging in there and continue these rhythms of staying home and safe and socially distant. As we've been monitoring the impact of the coronavirus, we know that this has been challenging and frustrating and even painful for many. Loss and grief of any kind is never easy. I invite you to continue to pray for the many who have experienced loss and pain and have been directly impacted by the coronavirus. So often the church is seen as a place to care for and nurture one's spirit, one's faith and relationship with God, a place where your emotional and spiritual needs might be met and supported. These best practices that the Safe Church Ministry team and consistory have been working on are set and put in place to nurture and care for not only spiritual and emotional, but physical and social well-being of our lives as well. At Fair Street, we care about all of you, mind, body, and soul. We thought it would be best to share with you a few ways how the leadership at Fair Street Church is working to respond to the coronavirus and the requirements to provide safe and best practices as we prepare to move forward.
Thank you. Thank you for your continuous and faithful contributions that allow us as a church to remain good and faithful stewards as we live into our call to love God and neighbor. We acknowledge and realize that times are challenging, which is why we are so grateful for each gift that you continue to send in, either by mail or through our secure website. God continues to remain faithful, providing and helping with our every need, which is why we are beyond grateful for the generous and faithful gifts given.
Until further notice, the building continues to remain closed. We know that this might seem like an inconvenience, but please know that we are here to help you in any way we can. The building being closed isn't about keeping you out. It is about protecting and keeping safe Tina, our custodians Paul and Anna, Pastor Kendra, and myself as we are in and out of the building to safely carry out our responsibilities. I am here to assist in fielding calls and emails, helping connect and serve you as I am able. Please know that if you need anything, call me at the church office. I am here Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. till noon.
We've been praying for you, praying that you remain safe during these times. As we have been in communication with local authorities, listening and watching the governor, we are working to make sure that when we are finally able to come together, we will be able to do so in a safe way. Practices like wearing a mask, practicing safe distance, what worship will look like, and more. We will be sure to share these when the time gets closer. Each week, we are striving to remain connected through Zoom, worship, and gatherings, through phone calls and prayer, trusting the Holy Spirit to keep us connected as we practice social distancing.
Yesterday, it was announced that gatherings for worship of 10 or less are now allowed in the state of New York. The elders and Safe Church Ministry team wanted to send a brief update on how we're responding to this announcement. With 46% of the Fair Street community in the vulnerable at-risk population when it comes to COVID-19, and because there are still many unknowns, the elders and the Safe Church team have agreed that it is in the best and safest interest of everyone to continue worshiping together on Zoom. We will plan to do this until we feel it is safer for the Fair Street community to gather in person. This will Allow us time to prepare the sanctuary space for when we are able to gather in person once again.
The Safe Church Ministry team has been meeting over the past month to begin taking a look at each part of the church, building, and ministry. It is our hope that the best practices that we are implementing will provide for your return to be in the safest way possible. We have been working and planning for when we can gather in person for worship, what meetings will look like, community groups using the building, and more. Because of the time and energy involved in the planning and preparation to move forward, along with the safety of the Fair Street Reformed Church and this great community, we are putting the annual Classic Car Show on hold this year, and we hope to be able to be back next year.
Additionally, because we're still learning about this new pediatric syndrome, our summer vacation Bible school ministry, as we've held in the past, will not happen in person this year. However, the Christian Education Ministry team is working to create an at-home online VBS opportunity for each child who's interested. You'll want to be sure to stay tuned for more details and more information about this great opportunity.
While we are working diligently and faithfully to implement best practices for worship and the building, equally, we are working to get ready for the reopening of the Fairly New Thrift Shop and assisting the Fair Street Nursery School.
Greetings. We are as anxious and ready to open as you are, but we also know the time isn't right at this time because we are not able to provide online shopping and/or curbside pickup. It is our understanding in listening to the plans of reopening and in reaching out to local leaders that the Fairly New Thrift Shop falls under Phase 4. In the meantime, we have worked out details to ensure that each volunteer and shopper will be safe. Meeting and preparing the shop closer to our reopening, we will share with you our best practices and how we are working to create a safer place for everyone at the Fairly New Thrift Shop. We look forward to a day when we can safely see all of you again.
It's always a joy to be around the church during the school year and hear the giggles and squeals of the children who attend the Fair Street Nursery School. What a strange year of learning it has been for all students and teachers everywhere. Fair Street Nursery School Director Mrs. Milletta and all the teachers have continued to remain connected with the students.
It's been good to connect with the students and families on Zoom and share story time on Facebook. It is our hope that we will be able to come back together in the fall. As a UPK nursery school, we follow the guidelines of the Kingston City School District and will be sure to keep everyone updated as we learn more information about school in the fall. The teachers have been safely wrapping up the year, and we look forward to safely celebrating the Fair Street Nursery School graduating class of 2020 with a creative graduation.
Again, we take your health and well-being very seriously. It's not an easy decision, but one based on facts, statistics, and listening to the professionals. We know that this is the best way in which we can show how we are loving our neighbor by staying safe.
We know that it's disappointing that we can't be together, but we're taking these measures now so that we can all be together later. In the meantime,
Stay home and stay safe.
Keep washing your hands.
Wear your mask.
Maintain safe and social distance.
continue to remain connected and check in with one another. Continue praying for one another.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your support, for your prayers, and by remaining safe.
We miss you.
We miss you.
We miss you.
We miss you.
We miss you all.
We miss you.